Hey, advanced algebra students. You know what I like to do to you, and that's combo GED skills to see how these things will work together in college. So let's take a look. It says twice the sum of 7p and -6 is 37. And then what is p? Oh, I'm being a jerk. I'm asking you to do two things. If you're going to solve for p here, you better turn this English into an equation. Let's do it. Let's translate. Twice the sum of 7p and -6. So what does twice mean? Twice means two times. But two times what? Well, two times the sum of 7p and -6. So what is the sum of 7p and -6? It's the entire expression. And it's an addition expression, right? Sum means add the two things. So it means really take 7p and add it to -6. Now, this is true. This is right. You can write yours like this, okay, guys? But I'm so lazy. I hate the plus minus sign. It hurt my heart just to write it. I shouldn't say the plus minus sign, but the plus and the minus next to each other. I know that adding a negative is the same as subtracting. And so honestly, most likely, instead of writing plus -6, I would have written -6. Now, you might say, Kate, it's not a sum anymore. And I say, no, you're right. But the sum of 7p and -6 is equivalent to 7p -6. And so I'm allowed to trade out equivalent things in algebra class. They'll give you the same answer. I shouldn't say in algebra class, in algebra, anytime in math, really, that you have two things that are equivalent. You can trade. So there we go. Twice the sum of 7p and -6 is, oh, I love is. It means I have an equal sign, and it is 37. And now look at that. I've got an equation. You know what equation means? Equation means that I can solve for p. But don't forget, we've mentioned it a few times, super important. You don't actually have to do this one this way. However, most students prefer to. Remember that the left and the right hand side of an equation are actually expressions. They're individual, what you guys think of as problems. And so that means if either one of those expressions can simplify, if there's any forwards math you can do, you can feel free to do it to make it simpler. And we can do that here. We can do the distribution if we care to. So 2 times 7p is 14p. And 2 times -6 is -12. And that whole left-hand side, I only work on one side when I'm simplifying, is going to be equivalent to, well, there's no work to do on the right, so it's just going to be 37. And now we just have a two-step equation to solve, right? When we solve, we work that order of operations backwards, so I'm going to move anything adding or subtracting first. I'll take away that -12 by adding 12, and again, now I'm solving, so now I'm working on both sides. Subtracting 12 and adding 12 cancel, so I have 14p. And let's see, what do I get? 31 plus 72 gives me 49. Awesome. P is not alone yet. It still has a 14 hanging out. I want to get rid of that 14 to get p alone. Well, 14 is multiplying, so I will divide to get rid of it. Do opposite. And let's see what happens. Multiplying and dividing by 14 cancel. So p's alone, just like I wanted, and it is going to be equivalent to. Now, if you try to type 49 divided by 14 in your calculator, you will get either a fraction or a decimal, depending on how you divide. So if you divide with the divided by sign, your TI will give you a decimal. If you use a fraction and type in 49 over 14, it will give you a fraction bar. It really doesn't matter. The two are equivalent. But most of the time, mathematicians would use fractions in pure algebra. So that's what I think I'll do. So 49, I'm reducing myself. divided by 7 is 7. 14 divided by 7 is 2. And again, your calculator would have done that for you with the fraction bar. If you did it as a decimal, what would you get? I think 3.5. So I will accept either one of those answers. But honestly, this is more normal in the world of pure algebra. All right, tricky. Good job, guys. Proud of you. Happy learning.